Alright, so welcome to today's homework help video over the law of sines. Hopefully you were able to watch the notes video and understand what was going on in that lesson. So, recall that the law of sines basically says if I'm trying to find the missing pieces of a triangle, we can use sine of angle A over its side equals the sine of angle B over its side equals the sine of angle C over its side, where lower cases A, B, and C are the sides of the figure. So first things first, I have my calculator right here. What I want to do is I want to make sure that my calculator mode is in degree. So we're going to do that first, and then we'll put this to the side. Now, we're going to solve the triangle. Again, we're going to find all the missing pieces. This time it asks you to round to 2 decimal places when necessary. So it means we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. We're going to draw the triangle, we're going to label, and show all the work. So we're going to do the first example. I'll walk you through this, and hopefully that'll get you started on today's homework. But one thing that you want to do is draw a triangle so you're able to visualize what's going on. And we're going to label the vertices A, B, and C. Now, notice that angle A is 25 degrees, angle B is 35 degrees, and then lowercase a. So, remember, the side opposite to the angle is going to be that, right? It's going to be the lowercase letter. So if you have angle A, then the side opposite of the angle would be here. So it's 3.5. First question, or first part, it's asking you to find what measure angle C is. And this is really easy because you have a triangle, and the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is always 180. So you can do the measure of angle C is equal to 180 minus 25 minus 35. And I'm going to use my calculator to figure that out. So 180 minus 25 minus 35 is 120 degrees. So that's the work that I want to see on your paper. Now, we're going to move on to this part here where we need to find side B, or little b. Okay, so we know that the measure of angle C is 120 degrees. Okay, that's fantastic. We need to figure out what side B is, right? It's across from angle B. And of course, this is going to be side C. So we need to find what side B is, and how we do that is using the law of sines. So what we can use first is the already given angle in the side opposite to the angle. That allows me to create my ratio between the angle and the side. So sine of angle A over side A is equal to another ratio. So I'm going to write my ratio involving angle A and side A. So sine of 25 degrees over 3.5, and then I'll set that equal to, since I'm trying to find side B here, that would be, so sine of 25 over 3.5 is equal to sine of angle B, which is 35, over side B. Now, I have a ratio equals another ratio. What I can do here is solve for B by cross-multiplying, right? So I'll cross-multiply. I get B sine of 25 equals 3.5 times sine of 35. Now, I'm trying to get B by itself, so it's B times this function. So I'll divide both sides by sine of 25. So B must be approximately to whatever this is on my calculator. Remember, we're going to round to 2 decimal places. So I'm going to go ahead and input 3.5 times sine of 35 divided by sine of 25. Then I'll hit enter. So if we look closely, here's 4.75. Now, that 0 is the thousandths place, and it's going to dictate whether or not that 5 gets bumped up by 1 or it remains the same. That 5 is the hundredths place. So since the 0, of course, is less than 5, then it doesn't change the hundredths place at all. So your answer for side B is approximately 4.75. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, I'll let you figure out what side C is, and the process is very, very similar. When we're looking at 2, the process is very, very similar to 1, so I'm going to let you do that. But I want to look at number 3 together. So this is a word problem. 3 friends, Bill, Juan, and Victor, are camping in the woods. They each have their own tent, and their tents are set up in the shape of a triangle. So this is very, very important, okay? Bill and Juan have their tents positioned 19 meters apart. The angle in the triangle formed at Bill's tent is 34 degrees. The angle in the triangle formed at Victor's tent is 103 degrees. So all of the information that we have here will come into play. So we know that we have 3 people and their tents are shaped like a triangle. So I'll go ahead and draw my triangle. And there's a tent here, here, and there. So this, we're going to say B for Bill, okay? So B for Bill, J for Juan, and V for Victor. So over here, this is going to be Bill's tent, this is going to be Juan's tent, and this is going to be Victor's tent. Now, Bill and Juan have their tents positioned 19 meters apart. So this side here is going to be 19 meters. The angle in the triangle formed at Bill's tent, which of course he's located right here, is 34 degrees. And the angle in the triangle formed at Victor's tent is 103 degrees. So he's right here. This angle is 103 degrees. Okay, so there's a 2-part question here. How far apart are the tents belonging to Juan and Victor, and how far apart are the tents belonging to Bill and Victor? I'm going to let you figure these 2 problems out. You're just basically using the law of sines. We've already talked about that. Now, number 4, I'm going to let you try doing this. It's a word problem. You have a triangle. It's already drawn out for you. So this angle is 102 degrees. This angle is 32 degrees. Notice that the distance between R and T is 480 meters. And that is pretty much it when it comes to the information given. So it's asking you to find what RS is and ST.